The hedonic treadmill is one of those psychology concepts that sounds complicated, but once you hear it, it makes total sense. It's the idea that no matter what happens in our lives, something amazing or something challenging, our level of happiness tends to drift back to a personal baseline. But what do dogs, cats, and other animals have to do with this? It is Jose here from Try Me Please. Let's go. Think about the last time you bought something new. Maybe it was a phone, a pair of shoes, or even something bigger like a car. At first, it felt exciting, that little spark of joy every time you saw it or used it. But give it a few weeks and it becomes part of the background. The excitement fades and you're back to feeling, well, mostly how you always feel. That's hedonic adaptation. It's not that good things don't matter, they do, but our brains are wired to get used to them quickly. And the same happens with tough situations. Things feel heavy at first, but for many people, emotions slowly settle back towards that same baseline. It's like being on a treadmill, lots of movement, but not always a big change in where we end up emotionally. A big part of this comes from shifting expectations. When we get something new, our idea of normal quietly upgrades. It becomes the standard we compare everything else to. And humans are expert comparers. We constantly look sideways at what others have, even without realizing it. Add to that how quickly novelty wears off, and it's easy to see why we adapt so fast. Now, here's where it becomes really interesting. Dogs and other animals can actually help interrupt this treadmill. Dogs don't experience the world the same way we do. They don't normalize things at the same speed, and they don't constantly compare. For a dog, every day has something exciting in it. A walk they've taken 1,000 times still has new smells. Dinner time is still the best moment of the day. Seeing you come home never gets old. And that perspective, that genuine enthusiasm can rub off on us if we let it. When we slow down and tune into how our dogs experience the world, we often find ourselves becoming more present, more observant, and more grateful. A sunrise becomes worth noticing. A walk becomes less about getting steps in and more about being outside. Playing with your dog becomes a moment of connection instead of something you just rush through. Animals also give us built-in happiness interrupts. Interacting with the dog, training them, even just sitting beside them, releases feel-good chemicals in the brain that counter stress and lift mood. Spending time with dogs naturally encourages more movement, more time outdoors, and more routine. All things that support healthier, more stable well-being. And dogs don't care about new cars, promotions, fancy clothes, or the next upgrade. They care about connection. They care about shared experience. They care about presence. They remind us that the small things can be enough. So maybe the way of the hedonic treadmill isn't chasing bigger goals or buying the next exciting thing. Maybe it's pausing, noticing, being present, and learning from the creatures who seem to have mastered that skill, our dogs. If you enjoyed this video, could you please click the like button below? Cute photo as a thanks. Also, if you would like to support my work, a small Buy Me a Coffee donation would be amazing. Link below. Next, watch this one here. Obrigado e até breve. Tchau!